Alright, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff because we are very close to 300 subscribers. So if you want to get us to 300 subscribers, hit that sub button. Let's get straight into today's video because we are going to be updating our tier list. Alright, because Princess Shirahoshi is finally released and we need to update our tier list, we will be doing quite a few changes on this tier list. But it has been 3 months, I believe, since our very first tier list. So I did want to iterate at the very start of the video all the different factors and things that I consider when ranking these characters. Like I get so many questions as to why characters are where they are on the tier list. So we're going to be briefly just going over the different factors that I do consider when ranking these characters because it's not something that I just put them on the tier list or anything. I do actually cover quite a variety of things. Here's the list of factors that I do take into consideration when ranking these characters. So is the character good early game, and which SSRs should you get first? So that's the first one that I consider. And then the next one we take into consideration, is the character good by themselves, or do they need other characters to make them good? A great example of this one is Chopper and Bullet. Chopper isn't that great by himself compared to General Frankie. So that's why General Frankie is a must-have character and Chopper isn't. A lot of people ask me like, why is Chopper not must-have? Why isn't this character there? Why isn't that character there? So now you understand why these characters are where they are. Also, Bullet needs 3 other Sand War Soul characters, so he's not a must-have because he needs 3 other characters to actually be very good. Otherwise, he would be a must-have character because he is a must-have for the block raid team. The next one, does the character revolutionize your team or take it to the next level? Perfect example of this is Hiyori, the best healing support character in the game. You put her in your team, she'll literally take your team to the next level. The amount of healing, the buffs she gives, it's just insane. I've been considering for ages to put her in God tier. That's how insane she is in the game, but I'm not going to put her in God tier. We're just going to keep her in must-have tier. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comment section below what you think of Yuri, but she's by far my favorite character in the game. I would love to put her in God tier, but I would just put her in must-have for now. But she is by far, as I said, the best support healer in the game, so she revolutionizes your team. The next thing we're going to be going over is, does the character need a lot of resources to be very good? 2 perfect examples of this are Blackbeard and Rosenet. That's why these 2 are much lower and very good, because Blackbeard, you need that 1k rage. He has to ult turn 1 to be a very good character. If you don't have that, he's not as great as what he could be. And then Rosenet, you need his flag, you need a certain Adventure Soul set for him, and you need to run him on a certain team as well. I do believe he's part of the best strength team in the entire game, but you do need quite a lot of resources to make him very good. That's why people do shit talk him a lot, but he is actually a very good character once you get the resources up. Moving on. The next thing we talk about is the character free-to-play friendly. Is the character pay-to-play? Do you need their flag to be very good? Perfect example, Shirahoshi. Read her flag the other day when she dropped, and you need her flag for her to actually be considered as a good character. Otherwise, she's pretty garbage, if I'm going to be honest with you. So she's a perfect example of pay to play, in my opinion. What's the character's team viability? So can they be run on multiple teams? Perfect example again, Bullet. Can't be run on any other team in the game aside from his own team, the block rate team or the Sand Soul team. That's it. He can't be run on any other team because he needs 3 other Sand War Soul characters to make him good. So you can't run him on any other teams. That's a perfect example right there. Next up we have, is the character chance or RNG based? Does the character need a certain probability for them to actually be good? Perfect example of this is obviously Shirahoshi with the new character, 50% chance or 60% chance to stun, depending on her basic ability or ult. Fujitora, perfect example. If you don't get the confusion on his ult, he's kind of trash. Katakuri, the reason why he's down in decent is if he doesn't get the 20% negate 60% of the damage, he's not that great. He probably just gets one shot. So that's why I don't like RNG chance-based characters, and that's why they're much lower on the tier list. And then the last one that we take into consideration, well, the last one that I've got on the list, probably take more things into consideration, but what is the character's role in the game? So are they a tank? Are they a support character? Are they a damage dealer? These are basically all the factors that I consider when ranking these characters. So I hope you guys understand that. So I hope you guys understand what we were talking about through all these different factors and all that things and all those things. And I hope that clarifies to you why these characters are where they are in the game. Alright, so now let's go over the changes that we're going to be making to the tier list. There are quite a few changes. Now the first thing I do want to quickly go over is the must-have tier, because a lot of people don't understand how this tier works for some reason, even though I do say it in all my tier list videos. This tier, it does not matter where the characters are, they're all in the same tier, they're all the same power, it all depends on the teams you're going for. That's all that matters in this tier. The ordering does not matter at all for this tier. So I hope you guys understand that. Alright, so now let's change some of the things on the tier list. The number one thing I do want to change is Marine Hero Garp. He's actually very good on the Nicky Luffy team as a 6 slot, probably the best 6 slot for the Nicky Luffy team. So we are going to be bumping him up to decent tier. Probably around near Katakuri. Probably at the high end of decent tier. Then also we're going to be bumping up Bo Hancock, because she's actually amazing for the block raid team. She can be used on the Nicky Luffy team as well. Bo Hancock's actually a very good 6 slot for both of those teams, so she's absolutely amazing. I'm not exactly sure where she'd go on this list. Probably around here. Maybe here. And then also Ray Lee is very good as well for the block raid team. So I'll definitely bump him up to decent tier. Probably around here, I'm not exactly sure. And then we do have to make some changes to the very good tier as well. Sanji Germa is just not as good as some of these other characters. He does kind of need Nami, whereas Nami doesn't really need him. So we're definitely going to be moving Sanji Germa down quite a bit on the very good tier. Also, Chopper should definitely be higher than Bullet. I think Bullet should be moved down as well. And Zephyr as well should be moved down. I'd probably put Zephyr here. I think this is much better for the very good tier. So you have Yamato, one of the best tanks in the game, behind General Frankie. She's amazing on the block raid team, amazing with Hiyori Odin combo on the Nicky Luffy team. Chopper, obviously, amazing with Frankie, but has to be with Frankie. So that's why he's not as high. And then MDD can be run on pretty much any team in the game, so that's why we put him above Odin. Odin, absolutely amazing combo with Hiyori, so he's much higher than Bullet. Bullet just needs 3 characters. The reason why Bullet is much lower is because he just needs 3 sand characters to make him work, and that's so much to make him work. Obviously, he's amazing on the block raid sand team, so he's definitely put here. Zephyr. We did move him down a little bit because he can only really be run on 2 teams in the entire game. That's Nicky Luffy's team or the strength team. Because you can't run him on block raid team or sand team because there are no attack type crew characters, so he's a bit lower than usual. But obviously he's the best sand character for the Nicky Luffy team. And then as we talked about, Sanji Germa, just not as great as some of these other characters. So now it's time to rate the new character, Princess Shirahoshi. Princess Shirahoshi, very disappointing character. They could have done so much better things with her. Very chance based, like her basic ability is completely random. Her ultimate, like 60% chance to stun. So if you don't get the stun, you only get the 300 points of rage reduction. That's literally it for her whole kit, basically. And then she also doesn't have air spirit, so you're not going to get her ult turn 1 unless you're running Sir Crocodile or you're running 1k rage, so she's not that great. Also, I do think if you have her flag, she is much higher on the tier list. But as it stands, for 99.9% of players, they're not going to have her flag. If she did have her flag, she'd probably be at the very bottom of very good, or at the very top of decent, but majority of players, as I said, will not have a flag, so she's probably just a better, slightly better version of Fujitora. That's about it. She's just a slightly better version of Fujitora. And that's about it. I do think Marco is definitely better than her by far. I can actually get some use out of him. She's just not that great. If you don't have the flag and you don't have the 1k rage, you have to run her on defense with Sir Crocodile. For an annoying rage team, I guess. That's basically her only use in the entire game. But yeah, her GP event is the worst event we've ever had. So yeah, no one should. So not many people will probably have her, which I don't blame you. I don't even have her because she's complete garbage, and the event was complete garbage. So that's basically where we'll rate her perfectly alongside Fujitora. And that'll be it for the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the update of the tier list, the July update. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.